Point of order, Carmel Sepuloni.
Mr Speaker, just seeking your advice. I know that we decided to take this as one part, but we've heard about now. We're about to hear about his Fiji trip. He's talked about the Auckland Orchestra in the context of Christchurch, and I just think, Mr Speaker, that it's going a little bit broad at the moment, and I'd like you to clarify whether that's acceptable.
And I ask the member who has the floor currently to come back to the matter in question.
If I might, actually, the context, actually, despite the member's objection, the element of Fiji is destruction, and I don't intend to push this too far, but it's the
Point of order, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, you've made a considered ruling that Fiji is not part of Christchurch, indeed, arguably not even part of the South Island, and that the member opposite has flouted your ruling, sir.
I don't need any further help.
Displaying geographic incompetence,
Please take
Mr.
your
Speaker.
seat. I don't need any assistance from the member on this point of order. The member who has the floor was drawing it into context, and I'm absolutely convinced that his next contribution will be totally salient.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. Let's not continue. We might get into trouble. Look, the key part about the Arts Centre here is it's a new opportunity to take what has been an existing trust, to build on the strength of it, but to bring about new opportunities. We've heard from many members the great work that Jean Crawford, as the chair, has been doing, Andre Lovett as the CEO. And what we're seeing in this bill is an attempt to change the structure to turn it into something more skills-based. We've heard that from other members. Yeah. To move it towards something that is more skills-based. And I think in a time of crisis, if you will, it's really important often to move from the representative, which respects sort of the normality of the situation, to bring it back into the context of crisis, which means you need skilled people from the community to help drive this forward. And I think we have heard through the Select Committee, and when you read through the report, you can see that a lot of consideration has been given to this. How do we do it better? For those of us who have worked in community groups or in community boards, sports groups and otherwise, will always know that there's an ebb and flow. We're not expecting the crises of Christchurch, but there are ebbs and flows when there are times when you move from normality into the need to, again, skills-based leadership. It's really good to see that in place here. I think, though, I would appreciate some of the insights from the Minister of why she sees this to be comprehensively skills-based and why there is no need or not a specific need for some representation, or maybe the two will blend in there. The other is, and it's one of the first things that was drawn to my attention, is around Clause 8. The Select Committee was very clear on this, that the need for the Crown to be removed in terms of transferring the trust property into the head of the Crown. I think this is quite a fundamental question. The Crown is trying to step back. I think there's a paradox in that, Mr Chair.
I call the Minister